The goal of the Unite pillar is anchored really in our national pledge, where we pledge ourselves as one united people. And I can think of the pillar in three aspects, where we feel a strong sense of belonging to Singapore and to one another, a strong sense of common identity as fellow citizens of Singapore. The second is the bond, where we maintain, foster, and continue to reach out across diverse groups and fault lines and build strong and close bonds with one another. Third is build, where we can work together to build a better society, not just as a society, but for one another, to help one another, especially those who are not as fortunate, not as privileged.
It all starts from us to be humble, to be able to accept that sometimes others' viewpoints are different from others.
We are very unique in the sense that we are multicultural and we have somehow or another found a good balance on how to coexist with each other. And the social fabric is so important. And we managed to maintain this fabric very well.
Things can change quite rapidly. And that if we are not united, then there will be external vulnerabilities, external threats that would fragment us.
As a social worker, I feel we should not work in silo. We can also work with the other P's, the private and the public sector, in tackling some of the social issues.
I think it's important to have a little bit more of intergenerational conversations, and this is where young people must lead the conversations. Do we know how to manage different views, different perspectives? Do we go into why people think in a certain way? I think that kind of conversations have yet to begin, and I think this is where we need to talk about not so much about how we're going to accept each other's view, but rather what's the process of allowing the views to be in the same space.
I see unity as being at the heart of what we want to achieve as a country. How do we find our interplay between each of these important parts of Singapore? Coming together, working dynamically, working cohesively, but at the same time challenging each group's assumptions and also stereotypes. So I hope that your views, your voices, your opinions, your disagreements even can come forward, can be put into the melting pot for us to consider, because by doing that, I think we will really be able to build something special for the future, for Singapore.